Hello and welcome back to KDP A to Z. Today I'm going to explain to you how you can add more categories to your book. So if you remember in the video where I showed you how to self-publish, and that's the actual uploading your book onto the KDP platform, in there I showed you that you can choose 2 categories for your book to appear in, but you are apparently allowed up to 10 of these. So how do you get more? Well, quite simply, you need to request them. Now, you can't just ask for them to just give you more categories. They will just say no. You have to be quite specific. And even if you are quite specific, you may still get rejected. So I'm just going to show you an email that I sent previously. Could I possibly add more categories to my book? And I asked for these to be added. And unfortunately, they wrote back and said no. So certainly we can assist you with assigning your title to the requested category. However, the given category paths are incomplete, and we need to have a complete category path to update your title. So what they're asking for us to do is to be way more specific when we request these extra categories. And having extra categories will increase your chances of being found for your book. So it's a really good idea to get these extra categories. So I just really want to go through exactly how we request these. So structuring your email correctly so that you can get this request sorted out. So first of all, let's take a look at the book that I'm going to be requesting more categories for. So going on to my own KDP account here. On my bookshelf, I have this book, and it's called Gregory the Gremlin. To give you a little bit of background about it, it's a funny picture book. It's for children, roughly between the ages of 3 and 8. There's a little gremlin, and he's picked on by his sisters. He makes a new friend. It's all in rhyming verse. So already we've got way more than just 2 categories to pick from. We could select categories like family relations, bullying, poetry, rhyming verse, humorous books, that sort of thing. So there's loads of choices that we have. And actually, because this book applies to all of those categories, there's no reason why they should reject my request for more categories. So first of all, what we need to look at what the ASIN is. So on the paperback version, the ASIN is just here. So what I want you to do is I want you to just set up a new Word document, and I want for you to just copy and paste that. So click on it, press on Control-C, go on to your new Word document, and just put that in there. So this is going to be useful for us for referencing in the email. And we'll structure the email around these bits and pieces that we copy and paste from Amazon, and we'll be able to just send it along. Now, first of all, we need to see what categories this book is already in. So if we have a look at View on Amazon, we're going to be looking at the UK markets for it. So let's have a little look and see what categories he's already in. This is quite useful. So down here, it tells you the bestsellers rank. So it's already been put into 3 different categories. So if we click on this, it's in books, children's books, humorous. Okay, so we'll just control and copy this and pop it into our Word document. So these are removal titles. We'll come on to that in a moment. So all right. There was a couple of other ones there, so let's just go back and click on this. So it was in books, humor and humorous verse. Okay, so books, humor and humorous verse. And finally, humor for children. So we just have to get these complete category paths. So there I have the current category paths that it's in. Now, it's not good enough, apparently, from this email that I showed you here. This is what I sent to them. So I requested them, say, some juvenile non-fiction information. That's not good enough. So they want the actual category path. So you can't just go onto this bit, select different categories and go, oh, well, that's what I think it will be in, because it will be different for different areas of the world. So what you actually need to go into is to your Amazon marketplace that you want to focus on. So mine will be amazon.co.uk. So in this section here, which is amazon.co.uk, which is the marketplace that I'm going to be requesting more categories in, I just want you to go onto this button here and click onto books. And then I want you to press search. Okay, now down on this side, we've got the different departments. And what I want you to do is I want you to say, click on what you think it might come under. So this one would be under children's books. And it's a little bit further down again. So it's about, well, I guess it's about, well, gremlins are mythical creatures, say. So let's click on fairy tales, folk tales and myths. Okay, and then of course it will give you some more different options. I guess it's under dragons, unicorns and mythical creatures. And so you keep clicking down until it sort of gives you this is your option. So there's no more choices to look at there. And then at that point, I want you to select it, press on Control-C on your laptop or your keyboard, and I want you to go and just paste that into that draft document that we discussed earlier. Okay, so going back then to the marketplace, let's go back, and I want to do it again. So we've chosen one category that we want to go with. So we're on to children's books. I'm going to say it is a humour book. It's a funny book. Okay, so keep scrolling down again. Where is it? Lost it. Okay, so that's enough. So that would be your category that you want to do. And again, Control-C to copy it, and go onto your Word document and pressing on Control and V to paste it. Okay, so I want you to continue doing that for your book until you've decided on all the categories that you want. So remember, it's going on to looking on this section and selecting books, pressing search, and then scrolling down here on this left hand side and choosing the book categories that you want. So that will give you the actual category path that they need at Amazon. Okay, so I'm not going to go through on this whole video of every single one that I'm selecting. Let's move on. So once you've done all of the categories that you want for your first marketplace, think about the other marketplaces that you want to do. So I don't just want to target the UK, I also want to target the United States. So I'm going to go to not the amazon.co.uk, I'm going to go to amazon.com. I'm going to repeat the whole process here. So again, let's have a look at children's books. And let's have a look on humour. Obviously, the spelling's different. And see here, when we ended up last time with just children's books and humour, they've all got a couple more options again. So would it be a cartoon? Would it be general? I'm going to go with general. Okay. So you can see immediately that the field paths for the American marketplace is going to be different to the one from the UK. So if I'm looking here, books in the UK market, it's books, children's books and humour, and that's the different spelling of humour. And in the United States one, it's books, children's books, humour and general. So you must be that specific with your categories. So I'm just going to put US section and UK on this one. So again, we're building up our email here. And when we've done that, where do we actually put all this information? So if we look onto our Kindle page, if we look onto help, and if we type in, say, add categories, again, we're met with an awful lot of jargon. It doesn't actually tell you where you can add categories. You can add your bank account details, browse the categories, but there's nothing there that says, and this is the same story all the time with Kindle, it's just nowhere. But we happen to know that we just have to email them, which is nice and easy. So we go on to contact us, which is down on the bottom left. I want you to click onto Amazon store and product detail page. And here we go, update Amazon categories. And here we have a nice big template email of what we want to write. So it's telling you exactly how to write this email. So submit all your category requests into one message. If you're doing it for different books, it says to do it all in one. I'm just going to do it just for Gregory here. You can do the rest of your books at a later time. Just do one at a time, because they often say no anyway for various reasons, because you haven't spelt something correctly. So just be really specific and make sure you get that one email correct. So now I want you to go back to that Word document that you were creating and select all the information and Control-C to copy it. Go back to this template email here and just Control-paste it. So we're going to write a little bit of a blurb. So, dear Amazon, please would you be kind enough to add the categories for the following ASIN. And so this was the ASIN number. Okay, and then it's telling you exactly here how it wants you to add these categories, and you do have to structure it exactly like this. So for the marketplace, .co.uk, remember that's the UK marketplace, and then you have to number them. So for this one, now it's showing us that we have to put in each number this information. So the ASIN number, which is this, and the marketplace, and then whether it's a paperback, and then books, this little forward arrow here. So how I've done it here, I'm going to be putting marketplace, remember, comma, paperback, comma, then books, children's books, fairy tales, creatures. Okay, so that is number one that we're adding. And then again for number two, and carry on doing that. Just to save a little bit of time, I've gone ahead and structured the email. I have gone and copied their entire template, so it reads, so you can have a good example of what to send them. So a nice little polite note saying, dear Amazon, please would you be kind enough. And then for the co.uk marketplace, categories to be added, because that's what they wanted, categories to be added. And then you have to list each category as a separate item on each line. So these are the categories that I've gone with for this particular book. And I've done that, remember, by finding the exact category pathway in the co.uk marketplace. And so I am adding 8 categories here. And then they want the categories to be removed. Remember, here we are, categories to be removed. And then they want those numbered as well. So again, I've done the ASIN number on each line, the marketplace, the format of the book. So this is a paperback book, and then the exact lines that I want to be removed. So for each line, remember, you want to be putting the ASIN the marketplace, the format, and then the exact wording for that category that you want to be adding. Not quite sure why it looks like that. There we are. So we've done that for the co.uk marketplace and the .com marketplace. Remember, you can only have 10 categories in total, so you have to be select on what you want to be adding. All right, so I've only been added 8. I'm removing 3 categories on the UK one. And for the Amazon.com marketplace, I am adding 8 and I'm not removing any. Okay, so, and then at the end of that, I'm going to put thank you very much for your time. It's polite. And I'm going to send that message. There we go. So that's that. I've sent the message. Thank you for received it. You should expect a response within 24 hours. So in 24 hours time, I will make sure that I check my emails and I will let you know. Okay, so here we are. They have replied to me. It was less than 24 hours that it took them. And here we go. They have added my books to my requested categories. So that is all done. So hopefully now when someone clicks on just, they're looking for a certain type of genre of book, they will click onto the categories and somewhere in that category will be my book. So I hope you found that helpful. If you did, please feel free to like the video, leave any comments or questions you have. I will be happy to answer them always. And feel free to subscribe to my channel. It will make sure that you get updates every time I release new information. Thanks very much for watching. Bye.